Good day, one and all. Do I have something cool to show you today? I picked this up off of Facebook Marketplace. It is an Epson Workforce model WF7620 large format color inkjet printer. This is a business grade color inkjet printer, and it's large format, which means it can handle larger sizes of paper. In particular, this can handle paper up to 13 by 19 in size. And if you look at it next to my Brother multifunction laser printer here, you can see that this is an enormous printer indeed. So I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace, and I was pretty happy because actually here at the TV station, we've actually been looking into buying a large format printer. And large format printers aren't cheap. To get one from Epson or Brother, you'll pay $400 or $500. And this model is actually pretty much the previous model of the one we've actually been looking into buying, which is the Epson Workforce WF7640. And that's a printer that costs $400. So you may wonder, well, what did I pay for this one? $100? That's probably about what it's worth. How about free? Yes, somebody listed this for free on Facebook Marketplace. They said all it needs is ink, come and get it. And I came and I got it, no money paid, and I got lucky because they actually listed this over a week ago, and I just saw it the day I picked it up, and it was still available. Nobody had come and got it. Suckers. But yeah, I'm pretty excited, we're pretty excited, and hopefully this thing works. I have not powered it on yet, or anything. We are going to do that all in today's video. The guy who gave it away said all it needed was ink, so we'll see if that's true. But yeah, just to look this thing over, of course you've got your document feeder, you've got a flatbed scanner as well, and look at the size of that scanner. You can see just how big you can put on here in comparison. Here's a scanner of my printer, and you can see the difference in size there. And if you lift this part up, there's the print head. And I was interested to see that Epson does it a little bit differently than Brother. Of course, Brother and Epson, they're not like HP. What HP does is build the print head into the cartridge. So every time you replace the cartridge, you get a new print head as well. And that's good. That keeps your print quality like new every time you change your cartridge, because the print head is a part that can wear out. Obviously, print heads get clogged with ink, stuff like that. What Brother does is the print head is permanently built into the printer, and the ink cartridges are just little bottles of ink. And Epson does it this way too, but they do it in almost sort of a hybrid fashion because the ink cartridges actually ride on the carriage, unlike Brother that has a separate ink cartridge compartment, and then there's little hoses that run each color of ink up to the print head. Well, this eliminates those hoses by still putting the cartridges right above the print head, so I think that's kind of an improvement on Brother's design. Of course, I'm speaking as someone who really doesn't know much about it. That's what we got here. It's got at least one third-party cartridge in it. The black mustache ink. They're all mustache ink. So that was the last set of cartridges this had in it. And what kind of stinks about this printer and its successors, the 7640 is the same way. Cartridges are tiny for a printer of this size. You know, this is a business grade printer. It's probably got a pretty heavy duty cycle, and it's large format, so you're obviously going to go through a lot of ink, but they put these tiny little ink cartridges. The black isn't that bad. You know, it's a sizable black cartridge. But the color ones are just minuscule. You'd go through those in no time. Brother's large format inkjet printer is actually a super tank. It has enormous cartridges, good for like 6,000 pages of nominal ink usage. Not so much with this guy, but that's what you get. I think Epson does make a large format super tank printer now, but it's way more expensive, of course. We don't do too much printing at the station, so that won't be an issue. But we would like to print posters and stuff on large pieces of paper, so this will be excellent for that. And of course, being a multifunction, it's got fax capability as well, so if this thing works, we'll test that as well. Down here we've got photo capabilities, SD card, and apparently it'll take memory stick. And we've got a USB port. Let me just sit in my chair here. We've also got 2 paper trays, which is pretty cool. We got our main paper tray, and look at the size of this paper tray to hold that 13 by 19 inch media. Actually, I don't know if the tray can hold that big. It does have a manual feed on the back as well. Your print output comes up here. It's got a little drawer that pops out. Second paper tray. Not as, can't hold as much as the first paper tray, but it can hold just as large media. And this is apparently a touchscreen display, so that should be kind of interesting. Document feeder opens up to clear jams. And yeah, it's dirty. It's clearly been used. I hope it has a page odometer on it so we can see how much it's printed, gauge how worn out this thing is. But first thing we might as well do is just turn it on. So actually, let me load one of the paper trays first, and then we'll turn it on. Alright, contact. Got a blue light. I don't know if this is a... Ooh! Oh, what a pretty startup noise. Does the touchscreen work? Yes, it does. Oh, this is delightful so far. Oh, it defaults to 2013, so this thing might be a few years old. Today is December, I think it's the 21st. Oh, it's making printer noises. It's making a lot of printer noises. Wow, the printhead nozzles may be clogged. I don't doubt it. Running the nozzle check before printing is recommended. Okay. Alright, can we get an ink level reading? Everything's good except black by the looks of it. Okay. Print status sheet. Let's just see what happens when we try to print. Usage history sheet. Yep. Are you actually printing? Oh my god! Ah. Woo! Oh boy, that was the most waiting for 2 blank pages I've ever seen. So it gave us nothing, which is too bad. So I'm gonna have to, if you see anything that looks like I should turn the paper over, this is paper that's been used. It's already printed on one side. There's nothing on the other side except people's names that I can't reveal. Okay, so we printed out 2 completely blank pages. Cool. So yeah, that told us nothing. So I'm kind of curious if it'll give us a page count without having to print it out. So it was used as recently as late November. A little update. I managed to reset everything to the default settings. Started to run a print nozzle check, and in the middle of doing that check, it decided that the black cartridge was no longer low. Now it's empty. And it won't print when a cartridge is empty, so I can no longer test this thing. I will need to get a new black cartridge for it. I can't trick it like you can on a Brother printer. This uses chipped cartridges, so when a cartridge is empty, it actually writes that information to the chip, and there's no way to trick it into using the empty cartridge. So I'm going to have to get a new cartridge. The 3 colors, like I said, are still fine. The black is empty. I can get a set of 4 cartridges for 20 bucks. I'll see if I can get just a black for less, but if not, I'll just buy the whole set, whatever. Worst case scenario, this printer will be no good and I'll just be out 20 bucks. But yeah, that's where we're at so far. So we'll reconvene here in, a week, or, well, it's actually Christmas. It could be 2 weeks, who knows, before those cartridges come in. And then we'll see how this thing behaves when we put the new cartridges in. Of course, before it realized the cartridge was totally empty, we ran the print test. It spit out 2 blank pages. So, assuming there's a color component to that print test, that tells me that the entire print head is clogged. So once I get that new black cartridge in, we'll presumably have to run a bunch of print nozzle cleanings before it comes back to life. It's a little disconcerting. When I went to Google ink cartridges for this guy, I typed in Epson WF7620, and the first result that came up, the first suggested result, or the first suggested search, was Epson WF7620 print head replacement. That's a little worrying. Why are so many people searching how to replace the print head in this? So either a print head go bad in this, or they just clog and people think they go bad. I've fixed a few Brother printers that looked like they were past the point of no return, and then just after relentless print nozzle cleaning, they came back to life. So if that's all that's wrong with this, I have confidence that I'll be able to do that. But we won't know until the new cartridge comes in, so I'll see you when I get some cartridges ordered and they come in. Welcome back. 8 days have passed since we last saw each other. Hope everybody had a good holiday. Got a new decoration up here on the wall in the office room. We'll take a look at that before the video's over. But my ink came from Amazon. 20 bucks for a full set of cartridges, 3 colors and 1 black. Easy ink, easy print, premium ink cartridge, Epson 252 XL. And there they are. So let's put the new black cartridge in the printer and see if we can get it to actually print something. So I think we just open it up here. And put our new cartridge in. course, we already established the other 3 cartridges still have ink in them. Lots of ink, so I won't change them yet. Alright. So hopefully the end result is that it detects the cartridge. It still might not print anything onto paper yet, because I suspect that the print head is very clogged. But if that's the case, hopefully all we need to do is, oh, you little jerk. I better be able to bypass this. Okay, good. I was gonna say, as long as it detects the ink and accepts the cartridge, then we're at least some portion of the way there. But let's run a print head nozzle check. And I think I took the paper out, so did I take paper out? Oops. Yeah, there's no paper in, so let me load paper, and we'll do a print nozzle check and see if anything comes out. Oh, look at this. After 3 cleaning cycles, I'm now getting some activity on the black print head, so nothing from the other colors yet, but I'll keep at it, and hopefully more comes out. So it's almost an hour later. I've run 12 cleaning cycles on it so far, and I'm not getting anything out of the 3 colors. I'm getting most of the black, but not all of it. And on the 13th cleaning cycle, I get this message that the cyan cartridge is empty. So before it was reading like halfway full, so I wonder if despite the fact that the print head is clogged, that I'm dumping all of my ink running these cleaning cycles, or was the cartridge actually empty all along and it's only detected that now? I don't know, but I'll replace that cartridge and I'll keep going. I have good news. After 24 cleaning cycles, I am now seeing all 4 colors, which is excellent. As you can see, it's not perfect. There's a few spots still, especially in the black area, so some further cleaning will be needed. But it came back, and I'll be honest, after about 10 cleaning cycles, I started to wonder if this was going to be worth it, especially because apparently, according to this, all the cleaning cycles I've done have completely sucked down that new black ink cartridge. So I thought I was going to run out of ink before it finally came back. Luckily, of course, the black came back pretty early, and luckily it gives the option to clean only the color, the cyan, magenta, and yellow. So I was able to run those without depleting the black cartridge further. Because if I hadn't have gotten this far and I ran, you know, and my black cartridge emptied again, I would have debated whether it was worth yet another $20 on possibly a bad printer. But it's working, so I'm just curious if we can run let's run a status sheet. I'm wondering if it keeps track of if it has an odometer for the page count. That would be cool if I could see how many pages are on this. Woo! There goes all my paper. Oh, look at that, it prints in color. Okay. I didn't know it was going to be a multi-page thing. What do we got here? So it's evident that some of the print nozzles are still clogged, because you can see like a faint blank line along this blue stripe. So that's what tells you more print head cleaning needs to be done. It's got 512 megabytes of memory. That's, to me, that amount of memory in a printer is still amazing. Of course, I'm used to using printers that have like 4 megabytes of memory. Okay, so no, let's see. Let's try, what's a supply status sheet? Let's take a look at that. Prints pretty fast. Pretty impressive. So that just literally says what the model numbers of the ink cartridges are. Okay, what about usage history? Maybe that's got a page count. Oh, it's got a date that it first printed. The black is, well, the black needs more cleaning, obviously. But I think that says 2015. So that's how old this thing is. Number of pages, I think that says, no. Yeah, I think that says 1,345 pages that this thing's printed. That's nothing for a printer of this size. Considering it's got a duty cycle of 20,000 pages a month, my god, this thing was hardly ever used. Very cool. And what else do we have? Anything? It never faxed. It did a few hundred scans. Did a lot of printing from a phone. Did some copying. Very cool. Hello again. It's another 2-3 weeks later. And unfortunately, our story with this printer has come to an end, and not in a positive way. You can't save them all, and I couldn't save this guy. I ran dozens of cleaning cycles, and I did a manual flush of the printhead with a cleaning kit that I bought back when I was working on several brother printers at my old job. And I always had good luck with that if running cleaning cycles didn't help. But unfortunately, no matter what I did, what I tried, how much I did, there are a couple of nozzles on the magenta printhead and many nozzles on the black printhead that appear to simply be dead. And as a result of that, while this thing is working, the print quality is very poor, especially with black. So I'm chalking this up to a bad printhead, and it's the end of the line for this printer, which is too bad. But it worked for several years, and the previous owner was ethical enough to give it away for free, and all this cost me was $20 on a set of cartridges. It's funny, after I manually flushed the printhead, yellow and magenta decided to completely stop working, even though I didn't even flush those parts. I only flushed the black side. But yeah, you can see all the missing nozzles, and that pattern of missing nozzles that just hasn't changed in the past 50 print nozzle test prints. So yeah, bad printhead. But we had a glimmer of hope. It's too bad, that's what happens. I've never had an Epson printer, so I am not sold on whether or not they are a solid printer. This is the first time I've ever come across an inkjet printer with a bad printhead. So it doesn't reinforce my confidence that if we buy a new Epson large format printer like we were planning on, that it'll last us in the long run. Makes me wonder if we should just go ahead and get the Brother, even though the Brother handles slightly smaller media than the Epson is. I don't know. If anybody owns one of these Epson large format printers, give me your experience. If it was a long-lasting printer, reliable, whatever. But that's all for this video. Thank you for following along. It's too bad it didn't end the way we hoped, but like I said, you can't save them all. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to meeting with you again in the next video. This neon clock is something I got for Christmas. You can get these for 20 bucks US at Walmart. They come in pink or blue, and that is a real neon tube, or more accurately, it's a real gas discharge tube. It's not neon, neon glows red. The mix in here is, the gas fill is probably a mix of mercury and argon. But yeah, nice little clock. I think it spruces up the office room here pretty well. It's very pretty, and it's not too bright or garish or anything. It's a really nice color. The clock movement runs on a AA battery. The neon uses an electronic ballast, and it's just powered by a 12-volt standard barrel jack wall wart adapter. So, very nice. I like this.